the vast African forest, where the canopy stretches wide and wildlife sings, a tale unfolds about a young boy named Ilobi, abandoned because of his albinism, a condition misunderstood and feared by his community. His skin, pale as the moon, and his eyes, a striking blue, made him a child of the shadows, seeking refuge from the sun's fierce embrace. On a crisp morning, as the forest whispered the day awake, Ilobi's mother, torn between tradition and love, whispered,
"Forgive me, my son. My heart breaks for this act I am about to commit. But know this, my sweet son. I have no choice. Please forgive me. I know I will get you back one day. Hang tight, my son."
Leaving him at the forest's edge, Ilobi's mother tearfully walked away. Seeing his mother leaving, still in his little crib, baby Ilobi began to whimper and started crying.
The amazing boy. Ilobi, the amazing boy. My little Albino boy, then I'm thinking.
And so it was. Baby Ilobi was abandoned by his mother to the elements in the forests. Yet, the jungle, in its ancient wisdom, watched over him as he grew up running around the sweet vines, the green grasses and the vast shrubs of the jungle. On a day like any other, beneath the vast expanse of the African jungle sky, Ilobi wandered through the dense underbrush of the forest that had become his home and sanctuary. The sun, his constant adversary, hid behind the clouds, granting him a rare reprieve to explore further than usual. His footsteps were light, guided by the intimate knowledge of the land he had acquired over the years. The forest was alive with the sounds of life, a symphony of nature that had always comforted his solitary heart. As Ilobi ventured deeper, his sharp blue eyes caught a flurry of movement, a distressing dance of desperation and fear. Two large birds of prey, their wings casting ominous shadows, circled above. Their target, a small, vibrant chameleon, struggled fiercely against the predatory advance. The chameleon's skin flashed with intense colors, a vivid display of its distress and innate beauty. Ilobi, moved by a deep sense of kinship with another of nature's unique creations, knew he could not stand by and watch the inevitable. With the agility and stealth he had honed living in the embrace of the forest, he moved closer, his eyes locked on the unfolding drama. The birds, sensing an easy meal, swooped down with talons extended, eager to claim their prize. In a burst of courage, Ilobi leaped forward, his arms raised high, shouting loudly to startle the birds.
"Stop right there! You evil, good-for-nothing predators! You cannot have him for your dinner today!"
His voice, filled with the power of his spirit, echoed through the trees, a human clarion call amidst the whispers of the forest. Startled by the sudden intrusion, the birds veered off course, their cries of frustration fading into the distance as they abandoned their hunt. The chameleon, now lying still on the leaf-strewn forest floor, seemed to gaze up at Ilobi with a look of understanding and gratitude. Ilobi gently extended his hand, and the chameleon, with hesitant steps, crawled onto his palm. Its skin, a kaleidoscope of colors just moments ago, settled into a warm, comforting green, mirroring the peace of the forest around them.
"I shall call you, Kalitu. Yes, you are my Kalitu,"
Ilobi said softly, a smile breaking through like sunlight piercing the canopy. Kalitu looked up, its tiny head tilting as if acknowledging the name and the bond that had just been formed. From that moment on, Ilobi and Kalitu became inseparable companions, their friendship a testament to the unexpected and beautiful alliances that can arise in the face of adversity. Kalitu, once a creature in peril, now stood by Ilobi as his guardian and friend, their lives intertwined by the threads of fate and the deep, unspoken understanding that only the heart can truly know.
But then no fit kill you. Abandoned in the jungle, Kalitu your chameleon.
fast forward to another busy jungle day in the life of Ilobi and Kalitu. While gathering firewood to prepare his meal deep in the forest, a sight stopped Ilobi in his tracks. Boko Haram, a group feared for its cruelty, had taken 1,000 schoolchildren. Their innocence held captive, their spirits dimmed. Ilobi watched with anger boiling over him.
Kalitu, see what these evil men are doing. They kidnapped those innocent children from schools. No, this is wrong.
Under the cloak of night, Ilobi navigated his way stealthily through the dimly lit back door, finding himself in a narrow, shadow-laden alley that whispered secrets of forgotten times. The alley, bathed in the silver glow of the moonlight seeping through the cracks in the crumbling walls, led him to the ominous doorway behind which the children were imprisoned. Every step he took was measured, his senses heightened, as the air hung heavy with the scent of damp earth and the barely audible murmurs of the captured souls within. As Ilobi reached out to the ancient weathered door, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and determination, Kalitu, ever watchful from his perch on Ilobi's shoulder, was momentarily distracted by the fleeting shadow of a fly. With the swift grace that only nature could bestow, Kalitu leaped into the air, a blur of colors against the monochrome backdrop of the alley. His attempt was valiant but fruitless, missing the elusive insect by a mere whisker. In his descent, Kalitu's claw grazed a rope haphazardly dangling from the ceiling, a relic of the alley's forgotten purpose. The disturbance sent a shiver through the delicate balance of the alley's architecture. Ilobi, turning with a reflex born of their shared adventures, reached out to steady his friend. But fate, ever fickle, had other plans. The ceiling, burdened by years of neglect and the sudden jolt from the disturbed rope, groaned a warning too late to heed. With a thunderous protest, it relinquished its hold on stability, sending debris cascading down like a waterfall of despair. In the chaos, a guard stationed to keep watch over the innocent captives was alerted by the commotion. His footsteps, heavy and foreboding, echoed through the alleys as he rushed toward the source of the disturbance. The sight that met his eyes, a boy and a chameleon amidst the dust and rubble, ignited his suspicion and fear. With authority tainted by panic, he bellowed orders into the night, his voice cutting through the silence like a knife, signaling the beginning of an unforeseen confrontation.
Albino the Forbidden, where did you come from? Who sent you here? Which?
Captured and thrust into confinement alongside the other children, Ilobi found himself in an alien world of darkness and fear like he had never known before. The room, barely illuminated, held an oppressive atmosphere, its only light source the ethereal glow emanating from Kalitu. For Ilobi, who had never before been in such close quarters with peers, the experience was as bewildering as it was painful. His albinism, a mark of distinction in the natural world, became a barrier between him and the children. They shrank from him, their movements hesitant, retreating into the shadows as if the light from Kalitu cast a spotlight on their fears. Despite the palpable tension, Ilobi's voice, soft yet firm, pierced through the darkness, offering solace amidst their shared plight.
Hey, everyone, don't be afraid. Everything is going to be okay. We're in this together.
His reassurances, though met with initial skepticism, began to weave a fragile thread of unity among them. The next day, the cruelty of their captors reached a new zenith. Ilobi, singled out for his audacious attempt at liberation, was dragged into the merciless blaze of the sun. The Boko Haram militants, aware of his vulnerability, subjected him to this torture as a lesson in fear and submission. As the sun bore down on him, its rays like the lashes of a whip, Ilobi felt his resolve waning under the relentless assault. Just as all hope appeared lost, the impossible happened. Kalitu, who had been watching the merciless suffering visited on his friend in a nearby tree, could withstand it no more. He hissed very loudly, revealing his true essence. The chameleon, more than a mere companion, transformed before Ilobi's eyes, assuming the majestic form of a forest deity. His voice, imbued with the ancient power of the wild, resonated with a command that cut through Ilobi's despair.
Ilobi, Ilobi, listen, listen to me. Get up, get up.
Ilobi was shocked about Kalitu's transformation.
So you can talk? All these years, you can talk? You didn't tell?
The chameleon looked at Ilobi's questioning gaze with love. Ilobi was heartened by Kalitu's divine presence and emboldened by the revelation of his guardian's true nature, found within himself a wellspring of courage he had never known. The ordeal, intended to break him, instead forged a new strength in Ilobi, a strength that would soon turn the tide of their grim fate.
Focus on the task at hand. Ilobi, embrace your fear. The sun is your ally, not your foe. Look up, look at me, look at the sun. Feel its power. Feel it surge through your delicate skin like water passing through. Feel it. Feel it surge through your soul. Embrace it. Embrace it, for it is who you are. The son of the sun.
With these words, Ilobi looked into the sun's blaze, feeling its power surge through him, his skin glowing with a celestial blue light, transforming him.
Now, Ilobi, command its power, harness its resources, sip it into your soul. Do it. Do it.
Transformed by the divine intervention of Kalitu and fueled by a newfound reservoir of strength, Ilobi turned to confront his oppressors. His skin, illuminated by a radiant blue glow, became the source of an extraordinary power. From within him, blazing blue lasers surged forth, a manifestation of his resolve and Kalitu's blessing. With a battle cry that echoed through the heart of the forest,
Yeah! Take this, you evil men! Yeah! Yeah!
Ilobi launched himself at the captors. One by one, he physically overpowered them, his hands guided by the force of justice. He hurled the militants to the ground with superhuman strength, each movement precise and empowered, as if the very spirit of the forest had imbued him with its might.
Hey, release them right now! Release every one of these kids, or the wrath of the forest will fall on you. Their future is not yours to steal.
The captors, overwhelmed by the sheer intensity of Ilobi's power and the unexpected turn of events, were consumed by disbelief and fear. The sight of a young boy, once perceived as weak and vulnerable, now standing as an indomitable force, was enough to shatter their resolve. They scrambled to their feet, fleeing into the shadows from which they had emerged, leaving behind the children they had thought to control. Ilobi, amidst the settling dust and the reverent silence of the liberated, stood tall. His skin continued to emit the soft blue light, a beacon of hope in the darkness. To the children who had been ensnared in a nightmare, he was more than a hero. He was a symbol of liberation, a testament to the power of courage and the indomitable spirit of those who fight for justice. The children, once captives, now gathered around Ilobi, their eyes reflecting the light of their newfound freedom. Ilobi's heroic act soon went viral. The whole village was agog with activities as the children, including Ilobi, were taken to meet the village chief Ogiso. A celebration and dance was organized at the palace.
I, Chief Ogiso, I, with the powers of my ancestors, hereby declare through my majestic proclamation that from this day forth and forever, Ilobi is no longer regarded and is no longer an outcast. Shilobi, you are hereby declared a freeborn extraordinaire of Ogubele community. No one can harm you. You are the son of the soil and the son of the sun, and you are the royal blood advisor.
By a royal proclamation, Ilobi was incorporated. The villagers danced and sang and danced again as they embraced Ilobi again and again. Kalitu was like, "What, the earth?" His scales shimmering under the moonlight as he whispered to Ilobi,
You have always been destined for greatness, Ilobi. My Ilobi, but you look sad in the midst of kindness and happiness. What's wrong?
My mother, but my mother.
Ilobi was sad, even though everyone in the village is happy with him, or celebrating him, or celebrating because of him. He has even made new friends. But Ilobi's mind wandered into lonely place regarding his mother. Everyone's mother was here, but where is Ilobi's mother? Or the appropriate question is, who is his mother?
Don't worry, Ilobi. You have a lot to learn. Let the rivers of time wash ashore the memory of the ancient. Let it wash ashore.
Both friends took solace in each other's presence, but for now, together, Ilobi and Kalitu embarked on new adventures, spreading healing and hope. But in the secrecy of the night, under the starlit sky, Ilobi pondered his mother's choice as he grudgingly fell asleep. But really, was Ilobi satisfied with the present situation? He is a tale for another day.
Boko Haram.